Good morning. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I tried to upload this as just a video and it would not upload. So, this is what you call a YouTube won't play fair rage live. So, we have a suspect in custody, Bryan Kohberger, on the Idaho 4 murders. And I put together kind of a collation of what I found as far as credible updates. So I wanted to bring it to you guys. Thank you all for coming in. Welcome everybody that's coming in. Sorry an intro or nothing played. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. It has a mind of its own. So I'll go ahead and start this video. And if you guys don't mind letting me know to make sure that we have audio, that would be great.
Hey, sure comes sunshine. Third attempt. So hopefully we'll get it this time. So I have a couple of things I want to share with you guys. So this was an amazing article. I have the full affidavit on a different tab that I'm going to read, but this is an article from News Nation. Police identified Bryan Kohberger, the 28-year-old criminal justice graduate accused of killing the University of Idaho students. They combined a DNA evidence, scene, cell phone records, Kohberger's white Honda Elantra, according to a newly unsealed probable cause affidavit. The court records, which became available Thursday morning before Kohberger made his first appearance in court, revealed the justification authorities used to obtain the warrant for Kohberger. He now faces 4 counts of first-degree murder for the November 13th deaths of Kaylee Conclaves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapman. Investigators linked the 28-year-old Washington State University PhD student to the crime after finding a tan leather knife sleeve laying next to Madison Mogan on the bed, where she and Conclaves were found dead with stab wounds, according to the affidavit. The Idaho State Lab later located a single DNA source of a male left on the top of the snap of the knife sleeve. The document reads, authorities were able to tie that DNA to Bryan Kohberger after investigators recovered trash from Kohberger's family residence in Auburn, Pennsylvania. On December 27th, law enforcement in Pennsylvania sent the trash from Kohberger's home to the Idaho State Lab. They determined the DNA was from Kohberger's home was most likely belonged to the father of the person's DNA found on the knife sleeve. At least 99.9998% of the male population would be expected to be excluded from the possibility of being the suspect's biological father, the affidavit says. The K-Bar USMC, United States Marine Corps, were stamped on the sheet along with the U.S. Marine Corps insignia, authorities said. Investigators also informed from a surviving roommate who saw the suspect in the home. In the early hours of November 13th, before the victims were discovered, investigators say that one of the surviving roommates opened the door after she heard crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask covered with a person's mouth walking towards her. The man walked past her and towards the sliding glass door. The witness describes the figure as 5'10", taller male, not very muscular, but athletically built with brushy eyebrows, the affidavit said. After seeing the figure, the witnesses went back to her room and locked the door. She said the investigators she didn't recognize the person in black. Law enforcement later determined that Kohberger matched the description of the surviving witness provided. Police believe the homicides occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. Security cameras less than 50 feet from the victim's bedrooms picked up the sound of a dog barking several times about 4:17 a.m. the morning of the killings, the affidavit says. After reviewing several videos obtained by the near victim's crime scenes, authorities saw the suspect's vehicle and later determined to be a 2015 Honda Elantra multiple times between 3:29 a.m. and 4:20 on the day of the attack. Neighborhood surveillance video shows the suspect's vehicle making 3 additional passes by the home where the victims were found. The vehicle was later seen departing the area at a high rate of speed, investigators wrote. Authorities later reviewed video footage of the state of Washington State University campus where Kohberger was studying criminal justice and saw the actual scene near the video of the Idaho crime. Investigators found out that Kohberger had registered the 2015 white Elantra in Washington on November 18, 2022, 5 days after the killings. He then received a new license plate. Prior to then, the vehicle was registered in Pennsylvania with a different license plate. The WSU campus is about 10 miles away across the state lines from the home where the victims were found. On the morning of the attack, the car was observed traveling from WSU towards Moscow, Idaho around 2:44 a.m. It was last seen near the campus of WSU around 5:25 a.m. Investigators say authorities also used Kohberger's cell phone records to link him to the crime. Kohberger's phone was near the victim's residence at least 12 times before June 22nd, November 13th, 2022, court documents say. All those occasions, except for one, took place in the late evening, early morning hours, investigators determined. On November 13th, the suspect's phone was near his home in Pullman, Washington, about 2:45 a.m., but did not appear to be in the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m. when it was detected near Blaine, which is south of Moscow, Idaho, the affidavit says. The lack of phone data during the crucial time period is consistent with Kohberger's attempting to conceal his location during the quadruple homicide. Investigators determined around 5:30 a.m. was again detected in Pullman, which is consistent with the phone traveling back to Kohberger's residence, authorities say. Less than 4 hours later, between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m., Kohberger's phone was detected near the crime scene in Idaho. Sorry guys, I can't read tonight apparently. I can't even. With suspects have returned to the area allegedly killing the 4 students. The arrest document did not reveal the motive. It remains unclear how Kohberger knew any of the victims. The 28-year-old suspect was arraigned in Latah County Court Thursday and will be held without bail for a duration of his trial. And it goes on to say, read the affidavit below, and then it's just my tracks. Then I have the affidavit pulled up. The below information is provided by Brett Payne, who is duly appointed qualified acting peace officer within the county of Latah, state of Idaho. Brett Payne is employed, and it goes on to talk about him. That's not what we want to hear. We want to hear what's going on. So on November the 13th, 2022, at approximately 4 p.m., Moscow Police Department Sergeant Blanker and I responded to 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. They're here after the King Road residents to assist with the scene security of processing a crime, assisting with 4 homicides. Upon our arrival, the Idaho State Police forensic team was on the scene and was preparing to begin processing the scene. The MPD officer Smith was one of the initiating responding officers in the incident. He advised he would walk me through the scene. OFC Smith and I entered the King Road residence through the bottom floor of the north side of the building. OFC Smith and I then walked upstairs to the second floor. Smith directed me down the hallway to the west bedroom of the second floor, which I later learned that Santa's driver's license and other personal belongings were found in the room. Santa Kernodle was here there, Kernodle's room. Just before the room, there was a bathroom door south of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Kernodle, laying on the floor. Kernodle was deceased with wounds that appeared to be caused by an engaged weapon. Also, a male room was later identified as Ethan Chapman. Here, after Chapman was deceased, wounds determined. Autopsy report provided by Spokane and redacted. You can see that it's redacted. County Medical Examiner dated December 15, 2022 by cause of shock, force of injuries. I then followed Smith upstairs to the third floor residence. The third floor consisted of 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The bedroom on the west side of the floor was later determined to be Kaylee Conclave's. After Conclave's room, I later learned from the review of the officers of Noon's body camera there was a dog in the room when Moscow police officers initially responded. The dog belonged to Conclave's and her ex-boyfriend, Jack Decor. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Jack. I found out by the interview with Jack on November 13, 2022, he and Conclave shared the dog. Smith then pointed out a small bedroom on the east side of the third floor. The bedroom was shared with Madison Mogan. Hereafter, Mogan's bedroom was simulated on the southeast corner of the third floor. As I entered the bedroom, I could see 2 females in a single bed in the room. Both Conclave and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sleep laying on the floor next to Mogan's right side. When we viewed from the door, the sleeve later was processed to be a K-Bar USMC in the United States Marine Corps Eagle, Globe, Anchor, insignia stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, the suspect's profile, left on the bottom snap of the knife's sleeve. As part of the investigation, numerous interviews were conducted by Moscow police officers, Idaho State Police detectives, FBI agents. Two of the interviewers included BF and DM. Both BF and DM were inside, and that's the surviving roommates, were inside the Kings Road residence at the time of homicides of the roommates' victims. BF's bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor of the Kings Road residence. Based on numerous interviews conducted by police officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents, as well as review of evidence, I've learned the following. On the evening of November the 12th, Chapman and Kohberger were seen by BF at the Sigma Chi House, University of Idaho campus, and it goes on to give the address, approximately 9 p.m. November the 12th, 1:45 a.m. November the 13th, BF also estimated approximately 1:45 a.m. Chapman and Kohberger returned to the Kings Road residence. BF also stated that Chapman did not live at the Kings Road residence, but was a guest of Kohberger. Conclaves and Mogan were located at the bar, the Corner Club. It goes on to give the address. In Moscow, Conclaves Mogan can be seen in the video footage provided by the Corner Club between 10 p.m. and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th, approximately 1:30 a.m. Conclaves and Mogan were seen on the video of the local vendor of the Grub Truck. And it goes on to give the address. The Grub Truck live streams video of their food trucks streaming platform on Twitch, which is available for public viewing on their website. The video was captured by law enforcement and a private party, and they redacted the name, but we know who found it. Reported that provided that Conclaves and Mogan approximately around 1:56 a.m. from the downtown Moscow in front of the Grub Truck of the King Road residence. Both roommates made statements, interviews indicating the occupants of the King Road residence were home by 2 a.m. and asleep in their rooms by approximately 4 a.m. This is the exception of Kohberger, who received a DoorDash order in residence approximately 4 a.m. Law enforcement identified the DoorDash delivery driver and reported this information. DM stated that originally she went to her bedroom on the east side of the second floor. DM stated that she woke approximately 4 a.m. to what she stated sounded like Conclaves playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms, which is located on the third floor. A short time later, DM said that she heard who she thought was Conclave say something to the effect of, "There's someone here." A review of records obtained from Forensic Bio downloaded Kohberger's phone showed that she has also been Kohberger, as her cell phone indicated that she was likely awake using TikTok app approximately 4:12 a.m. DM stated that she looked in her bedroom and did not see anything when she heard the comment about someone else being in the house. She stated she opened her door the second time when she heard what she thought was crying coming from Kohberger's room. DM then said she heard a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Creepy. At approximately 4:17 a.m., security cameras located at 112 King Road residence immediately northwest of King Road picked up distorted audio of what sounds like voices whimpered by a loud thud. A dog can also be heard barking numerous times. Starting at 4:17 a.m., the security camera is less than 50 feet from the wall of Kohberger's bedroom. So that was crying that we were hearing in the videos that was leaked, y'all. Stated she opened the door for the third time. After she heard crying, she saw what was a figure clad black mask clothing, covered person's mouth, walking nose towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10" and taller, muscular, but authentically built, and eyebrows. The walked past DM. He stood frozen in a shocked face. The male walked past the sliding glass door. She locked herself in her room after seeing the male. Did not state that she recognized the male. This leads investigators to believe the murderer left the scene. A combination of DM statements of law enforcement, reviews of forensic downloads and records of BF and DM's phone of video suspect described below leads investigates the homicides between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. So he took roughly about 15 minutes to murder 4 people. That's what I was saying. Is he didn't have to be a professional. He just had to have rage and a purpose. Alright, during processing of crime scene, investigators found the lint and shoe print. This was located during the second processing of the crime. The ISP forensic team, by first using perceptive blood test, got Emilio Black and the 15 stain with detected presence of cellular material. The detected shoe print showed a diamond-shaped pattern similar to the pattern of the Vans type shoe sole. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Just outside the door of DM's bedroom, located on the second floor, this was consistent with DM's statement saying regarding the suspect's path of travel. Creepy. As part of the investigation with the extensive search, commonly referred in law enforcement as the video canvas, was conducted in the area of King Road residence. This video canvas was obtained at any footage from the early morning hours of November 13, 2022, in the area of King Road residence as surrounding neighborhoods in the effort to locate the suspect's vehicle traveling and leaving the King Road residence. The video canvas resulted in the collection of numerous surveillance videos in the area of both residents and both addresses. I have reviewed the numerous videos and collected that. I have conversations with the MP and ISP detectives and the FBI agents that are similarly reviewing the footage that was obtained. A review of the camera footage with a white sedan here after suspect vehicle 1 was observing. I'm going to say vehicle 1. Was observing westbound on 700 Brook, Indian Hills in Moscow, approximately 3:26 a.m. westbound on Snyder and State Highway, approximately 3:28 a.m. On this video, the suspect vehicle 1 was displaying the front license plate. Was not displaying the front license plate. Review of footage from multiple videos obtained by the King Road neighborhood showed multiple signs of suspect vehicle starting at 3:29 and ending at 4:20 a.m. These sightings show the suspect vehicle and makes 3 passes by the 1122 King Road residence and then leave Walter Drive. Based off the experience as patrol officer in the residential neighborhood, very limited number of vehicles that travel in the area during the early morning hours. Upon the review of the video, there were few cars that entered and exited around the time frame. The suspect's vehicle can be seen in the area for time approximately around 4:04 a.m. He's seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around 500 Queen Road, number 52, and then driving back westbound onto King Road. So he drove back and forth and really found it in himself to go in there and commit these murders. When the suspect's vehicle 1 is in front of the King Road residence, it appears unsuccessful attempt to park or turn around and road. The vehicle then continued on to the intersection of Queen Road, King Road, and where it was seen completing a 3-point turn, then driving eastbound again down Queen Road. Suspect's vehicle was seen departing the area of King Road residence approximately 4 a.m. at a high rate of speed. Suspect's vehicle is next observed traveling southbound on Athena Drive. Based on the knowledge of the area, the camera footage in the neighborhood does not show the suspect's vehicle. During what time frame, I believe that the suspect had exited the neighborhood of Palouse River Drive. Sorry if I named up, guys. I'm from Kentucky. Instead of Drive, Palouse River Drive, the south edge of Moscow, proceeds to Whitman County, Washington, where eventually the road leads to Pullman, Washington. Pullman, Washington is approximately 10 miles from Moscow, Idaho. Both Pullman and Moscow are the same towns of commonly traveled back and forth between them. Law enforcement officers provided footage of the vehicle forensic examiners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The regularly utilized surveillance footage to identify the year, make, and model of the unknown vehicle that is observed by 1 or more cameras during the commission of a criminal offense. The forensic examiner is approximately 35 years of law experience, with 12 years in the FBI and specific training, including identifying unique characteristics of the vehicle. And he uses a base database with the virtual clues of the vehicle's states, identifying cross differences between vehicles. After reviewing the number of observations of the suspect's vehicle, the forensic examiner initially believed the suspect's vehicle was a 2011 to a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Upon further review, he indicated that a 2011 to a 2016 Hyundai Elantra. As a result, investigators began reviewing the information that was possessed possession of a vehicle of a 2011-2016 white Elantra. Investigators were given the video footage of the Washington State University campus in Pullman, Washington, and a review of the video indicated that approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13, 2022, a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the white Elantra, known as the suspect's vehicle, was observed in the WSU surveillance cameras traveling north and southeast on Nevada and Southeast Stadium Way at approximately 2:53 a.m. A white sedan with which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra, known as suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling southeast on Nevada Street in Pullman, Washington, towards SR 270, which is State Road. Connects to Pullman, Washington to Moscow, Idaho. The camera footage from Pullman, Washington was provided to the FBI forensic examiner and identified the vehicle observed by Pullman was being a 2016 Hyundai Elantra at approximately 5:25 a.m. The white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the suspect's vehicle, was observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, the WSU campus cameras. The first camera recorded that the white sedan was located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan observed traveling northbound on Johnson Road. Johnson Road leads back to West Point Blues River Drive into Moscow, which intersects with Consketa Drive, and the white sedan was observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard in the northwest SR State Road 270 at approximately 5:27 a.m. The white Elantra was observed on cameras traveling northbound at Stadium Way of Nevada Street, Stadium Way of Grimes Way, Stadium Drive, and Williams Road, Stadium Way at Kruger Way. So it looks like he just drove around. And then it shows a map, but it's like really hard to see. So I'm not even going to try to pull it up, but it looks like these little white dots. Okay, so we'll just keep going. Okay, so it's going to give us a button. Let's pull this up. Okay, so we have the white Elantra seen leaving. So this is the Northeast Valley Road. It's because it's a scan in, guys. It's hard to see. Okay, so these red ones are when I guess the trail of him being seen coming back to the campus. And it's supposed to have yellow ones. Okay, anyway, well, there's the map. And I'll put the link in the description to you guys. On November 25th, 2022, MPD asked area law enforcement agencies to be on the lookout for a white Elantra in the area. On November 29th, 2022, at approximately 12:28 a.m., Washington State University WSU police officer Daniel Tango queried the white Elantra. Registered WSU agent results the query was located at 2015 white Elantra at Pennsylvania license plate LFZ 8649. This vehicle was registered to Bryan Kohberger, thereafter Kohberger, residing at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, Apartment 201 in Pullman, Washington. Approximately 3/4 of a mile in the intersection of Stadium Way and Kruger Way. The last camera picked up the white Elantra. Same day, approximately 12:58 a.m., WSU officers Curtis Whiteman were looking at the white Elantra located in 2015 Hyundai white Elantra at 1630 Northeast Valley Road in Pullman in the parking lot of the apartment complex that houses WSU students. Officer Whitman then ran the car and returned to Kohberger with the Washington tag. I reviewed Kohberger's Washington State driver's license information, photographed the licenses. Kate Kohberger was a white male, 6 foot tall, 185 pounds. Additionally, the photograph shows a brushy eyebrows. Kohberger's picture description consistent with the description of the male, but DM being the roommate saw inside the King Road residence on November 13th. Further investigation, including a review of Latah County Deputy CPL Duke's body cam, shows reports on August 21st, 2022, that Bryan Kohberger detained as a traffic stop. Oh, okay, this was a okay, I had to read over it because I thought it screwed up. Okay, at the time, Kohberger was sole occupant, was driving a 2015 Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plates LFZ8649, which expired on November 30th, 2022. During the stop, it was recorded in a law enforcement body cam. Kohberger provided his phone as, and they redacted it. Hereafter, this phone and cellular telephone number, investigators conducted an electronic database query and learned that the phone was issued by AT&T. On October 14th, 2022, Bryan Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop by WSU. A police officer obtained body cam and report to stop. Kohberger was sole occupant of the vehicle, and it goes on to the vehicle on November 18th, according to Washington. Licensing, Kohberger registered the vehicle in 2015 Elantra with the Washington license plate CFB8708. Prior to this time, 2015 Elantra was registered in Pennsylvania, which does not require a front license plate display. That was learned through communications with the Pennsylvania officer currently certified in the state of Pennsylvania based on my own experience and communication with the Washington law enforcement. I do know that Idaho, Washington require a front and back plates to be displayed. Investigators believe that Kohberger is still driving 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured on December 13, 2022 by a license plate reader in Loma, Colorado. Information provided by the query of the database. Kohberger's Elantra was queried on December 15, 2022 by law enforcement in Hancock County, Indiana. And guys, I have a lot of videos on my channel. I'll try to put them all on a playlist, but I have most of the stuff that they're talking about in here that was made public. I have the clips and stuff on my channel, just in case you want to go back and watch. I have the body cam footage from where he got pulled over. Okay, on December 16, 2022 at approximately 2:26 p.m. Surveillance camera call showed Kohberger's Elantra in Albright, Pennsylvania. The sole occupant of the vehicle was white male, described as consistent with Kohberger. Kohberger's family was Albright, Pennsylvania. Learned a TLC search and locate tool database query. Alright, so Alright. OJ channel up here. Based on the information provided by the WSU website, Kohberger's current PhD in criminology at Washington State University pursuant to the records provided by the member of the interview panel of the Pullman Police Department. We learned that Kohberger's past education included undergraduate degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics. These records are also showed as Kohberger wrote an essay when he was applied to an internship with Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. Kohberger wrote an essay on interest in assisting rule of law enforcement agencies with better how to collect and analyze technological data in public safety operations. Kohberger also posted a Reddit survey, which can be found in an open source internet search. The survey asked for participants to provide and understand emotions of psychological traits of influence, decision making, and committing a crime. Wow. As a part of this investigation, law enforcement obtained search warrants to determine cellular devices and utilized cell towers approximately to the King Road residence. November 13, 2022, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., after determined Kohberger was associated with both 2015 Elantra and 8458 phone. Investigators reviewed the search warrant teams. Query 8458 phone did not return, did not show using the cellular towers resources approximately close to King Road residence between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Based on my training and conversation with law enforcement officers and specialized utilization of telephone records as part of investigation, the individuals can leave their cellular phone in different location before committing the crime, turn the phone off prior to the location to commit the crime. This is done by subjects in the effort to avoid alerting law enforcement that cellular device is associated with them and it was in a particular area the crime was committed. I also know that numerous occasions subjects will survey any area and intend to commit the crime prior to the date of the crime. Depending on the circumstances, this would have been done a few days to several months prior to the commission of the crime. During these types of surveillance, it would have been possible that an individual would leave their cellular phone and would separate a location, turn it off since they did not plan to commit the offense on that particular day. On December 23rd, 2022, I applied for what was granted as a search warrant of historical phone records November 12th, 2022 at 12 a.m., November 14th at 12 a.m. before the 8458 phone held by the phone providers AT&T. Approximately 24 hours proceedings following the times of the homicide. On December 23rd, pursuant to a search warrant I received for the phone at AT&T, these records of the phone were subscribed to Bryan Kohberger. The address in Albright, Pennsylvania. And the account has been open since June 23rd, 2022. These records included historical site information for the phone. Also receiving the information, I consulted with the FBI agent and certified member of the Cellular Analyst Survey Data Team. The members of CAST and certified FBI provided expert testimony in the field of historical CSLI and are required to pass extensive training. Includes both written and practical examiners prior to the certified with CAST, as well as completion of certifications required. Additionally, the FBI and I consulted over 15 years of federal law enforcement experience, 6 years FBI, and formed CAST. I was determined to estimate the locations from November the 12th, November the 13th, the time authorized by the court. On November 13, 2022, at approximately 2:42 a.m., the 8458 phone is utilizing cellular resources and provide coverage for the 1630 Northwest Valley Apartment G201 in Pullman, Virginia. Year thereafter, Kohberger's residence at approximately 12:47 a.m. at 8458 phone utilized the south coverage in the southeast of Kohberger's residence, consistent with leaving the phone in the residence to travel to Pullman, Washington. This is consistent with moving a white Elantra. At approximately 2:47 a.m., the phone stops reporting to the network, which consistently the phone is in the area without cell phone coverage. The connection is disabled, such as putting the phone in airplane mode, or if the phone is turned off. This does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m., which utilizes cell phone data. Again, approximately 4:48 a.m., use provided coverage ID on Highway 95 south of Moscow, Idaho, near Blaine, Idaho. North of Denise between 4:50 a.m. and 4:26 a.m. The phone utilizes resources consistent with the phone of the highway, and it just repeats itself. I want to talk about the phone. What was the description of possible rating by cellular location? So this was right here. It's this is still going on the phone. This is really all they have is the phone, DNA. This is different. So post-drive Clarkson surveillance footage from the chef's store located at 820 Parks, Washington, adjacent from the Kate's Cup of Joe, showed a white Elantra with the suspect's vehicle drive past Kate's Cup of Joe. Time consistent with cellular phone data. So, like I said, he just drove around and it looks like this is all the little pings. So he literally drove around and convinced himself to do this. Alright, so this goes on to talk about the phone. On December 27, 2022, Pennsylvania agents discovered trash in the Kohberger residence located over at the evidence was sent to the lab for testing, and the Idaho State Lab reported that the DNA profile and the trash of DNA obtained by the sheep identified by the male. So, based on the above information, I requested an arrest warrant be issued for the Idaho Ford. So that was the affidavit. Okay, so this is the Court TV exclusive. This was his first one.
Listen to that. She's up there farting around doing what she does every time she goes somewhere, which is drag her little ass.
County, State of Idaho, did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder in violation of Idaho Code 18-1401 and 1403. The maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is not less than 1 year in prison, no more than 10 years in prison, and/or a $50,000 fine or both. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan Kohberger, on or about November 13th, 2022, in Layton County, State of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought to kill and murder and 4004. The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 3 alleges that you committed a felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Layton County, State of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, killed and murder Haley Gonsalves. No emotion. Did you guys see it? Zero emotion. I'm gonna turn my camera back on. I'm smoking a cigarette. That's gross. Human being by stabbing Haley Gonsalves, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is death and/or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 4 alleges that you committed a felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Layton County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Xana Kernodle, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and/or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 5 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022, in Layton County, State of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing Ethan Chapin, from which he died, in violation of Idaho Codes 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. And again, the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
And Mr. Kohberger, would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel?
I have court
reviewed your application for attorney at public expense. I do find that you are indigent and do qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will appoint Ms. Taylor to represent you in this case. Ms. Taylor, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Kohberger about the preliminary hearing and setting this matter?
We would ask the court to set a status hearing to make a final determination.
And Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings, are in agreement with that? I will go ahead and set this matter for a status hearing then on the calendar on January 12th at 10 o'clock a.m.
So we can only hope that this is public January the 12th. And guys, I work during the day now, so it'll be like a nighttime thing. But there are some really good channels out there that probably will be running it live.
Recordings just got better.
Ads. Sorry. I need to turn my premium back on. I apologize.
We will make sure notice is sent. And then, Ms. Taylor, do you wish to argue bail at this time?
Your Honor, I would like to ask the court to consider setting a bond. Mr. Kohberger right now is not in your bond hold. But it's a limited request as I don't have enough information. We are new to the case. We haven't reviewed very much in the way of information about the case, and we have just done our own work on the case. But we would want the court to know that Mr. Kohberger has a good deal with this same file.
And Mr. Thompson.
The state's position is it's not entitled on this case with charges as is noted on the rescue itself. Paragraph 19-816-19-29 both specify that the petition that was in this case was arrested 3,000 miles away across the country, where his family has remained in custody.
At this point in time, pursuant to Idaho Criminal 46B and Idaho Code 19-816 and 2903, I am going to leave the bail set in this case as no bail at this point in time until I have additional or further information at a later date and time. So with that, then Mr. Kohberger, you will be remanded in custody or remain in custody on no bail pending further proceedings in this matter. Is there anything further indicating that for today, Mr. Thompson?
Sure. The state is asking for contact orders for various family members of deceased providing
And Taylor, is that correct?
That is correct.
So I will go ahead and issue those no contact orders. So I do have a no contact order then for the named individual of Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, as well as the family members and Mr. Chapin, the family members of Ms. Cernodal, Mr. and Ms. Laramie, Mr. Mogan, Ms. Cheeley, and then a number of members of the Gonzalez family. Those specific names will certainly be.
Okay, so she's just going to go on and talk about how that he's not allowed to talk to any of those people. So I tried to upload this as just a video, and YouTube didn't want to play fair. So I wasn't able to upload it as a video. So I did go ahead and go live. So thank you for everybody for being here. It's kind of early. What was the motive? I don't know. I kind of wonder if he was the stalker that had been watching them. And you got to think that any man that's going to choose a house of women, in my opinion, coward. I believe that he just wanted to have his place in the world. I honestly, in my opinion, believe that he was obsessed with serial killers. And I'm not saying that, here in the true crime community, a lot of us may seem obsessive. This is what we do in our free time. Normal people are out, doing normal things. And here we are, sharing horrible acts on YouTube. But then again, it's like, if we don't do it, who's going to? So there's that. And I know a lot of people don't have Twitter, so I really want to share Twitter with you guys because there's some really cool information and good information on there. So I really want to share Twitter. So let's see if I can get my screen share to play fair. Gonna stop. I don't know. I heard on I don't remember whose channel it was. I was watching so many last night trying to catch up, that it's possible that he has ED. Because, when you look at a crime like this is a crime of passion. This is not, where some psychopath serial killer in the training was going to have a process. And I don't think he was prepared. I really don't. I think in his mind, he thought that he was prepared, and he thought that he could do this and not get caught. But I don't know, guys. All right, I'm trying to get this to where it'll show. There we go. I want my big head in the start of it. So there's some really good videos on here I really wanted to share with you guys. This is Anthony. He's a local. So he shared a lot of stuff on here on Twitter. And anything that has music in it, guys, I will have to mute it. I'm not monetized, but I don't want any copyrights or anything on here. And if my internet will play fair. So I just kind of want to show a few of the clips so we don't forget while we're here, guys. These precious angels lost their lives because someone made a bad choice, a very unfair choice. This was 16 hours ago. This is where the investigators are going. But I kind of wanted to just share a little bit of Twitter. And yeah, I think he's psychotic. I think he's a sociopath with a borderline psychotic and maybe even some personality issues, in my opinion. And he's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, guys. I'm not saying that he did it. I'm just saying that we know that he is a suspect. And this was a brutal murder. I honestly don't think that we're going to see a lot of details unless they're leaked. Before the affidavit did come out, if you guys are able to catch 10 to Life, she had a pretty good leak that came to her via a text message from a credible source. And then we find out that the leak was there. Sorry, Mr. Sunshine's trying to get my attention.
We're leaving in 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, Guys, I have to cut this short. And Baron von Schneider, thank you so much for coming in. And I do appreciate everybody that came in and kind of hung out with me today. And I would like to say thank you to, and I don't want to mess up your name, so I'm scrolling back up through chat. Hippoporium, thank you so much for coming in, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. I got to do the mom thing. We have volleyball practice today, but I did try to upload this as a video and it didn't want to upload. So I went ahead and went live because I know I haven't went live in a while. I was dealing with hurricanes and heart attacks. So life kind of got a little messed up and just trying to get balance back out. So thank you everybody for being here. You guys all have a great day. Be safe out there. Remember that it takes a village to raise a child. If you see something, say something. Never give up.